Hi YouTube, Coinpicker here. Here are my thrift store finds for the past month or so. Anyways, let's start off with some freebies. So my buddy at the local thrift store near me, he was carting some stuff to the back to get rid of. And I thought, that's strange. Usually they cart stuff from the back to the front of the store in order to sort and put the price the stuff and put it on the shelves. But this time it was going in reverse. So I asked him, "What are you doing?" And he said that these are the things that either came from other stores that couldn't sell or were broken or incomplete, and they deem it not worthy of selling. So they were going to throw it into their dumpster, and he goes, "Well, you could have whatever you want in there." And I thought, okay, well, right at the dumpster, he just let me look through the box, and I saw these two antique-y looking cigar boxes with like the tax stamp on it. And I'll just move these out of the way. So this is, I believe, English, I believe. I don't know, I'm thinking like from the 50s, maybe earlier. This one not as old, but actually it's wood, but just paper covered. They sell online for like, I don't know, 10 bucks each, but hey, for free, I could use it to store my little knickknacks and stuff. But I did spy these original 1977 Star Wars figurines, or I should say figures, action figures, made in Hong Kong. And I figured they dumped these because originally they felt like a little sticky, and I was thinking, is there some sort of plastic degrading, because it's so old? But I thought, you know what? Why don't I take it home, wash it with dish detergent and warm sudsy water, and see how it goes. So actually, they're not sticky anymore, so that was a good thing. So maybe it was just pop or like soda, dried soda on them or whatnot, but they're fine now. There's a little discoloration on Leia's midsection there, but other than that, and I think Darth Vader's lightsaber is missing, the little stick that comes out, and of course there's no weapons or anything. But I was thrilled to have these, and the store wasn't open yet, so it's like, I think I came too early or whatnot. So I thought, okay, I'll just take these and come back later. And there was some other neat stuff that he was throwing out. And I think their policy was like, they really make an effort to like smash the things when they throw in a dumpster. So it just sort of like, it dissuades any like dumpster divers to break their lock and jump in. So I saw them like throw I guess Pyrex or some sort of glass baking dishes in, like really throw it in hard. Other thing I saw was an old baseball. I didn't know if it was signed or not. I didn't really pay too much attention. And also there was definitely a vintage looking John Deere made for collectors metal model. I think it was like a tractor or some sort of combine or whatever. Maybe it was missing some pieces, I don't know. But I didn't want to seem too greedy. This is the first time he offered this to me, so I just took a few items, and didn't want to like get him in trouble. So got these for free, and they, this condition, they're not bad condition. They do sell online in Canadian dollars, that is, for about between the equivalent of 10 to 20. So I'd say on average $15, like just like this. So hey, pretty good for free. And like I would have been like 5 years old when these came out. So I vaguely remember being really young, my parents bringing me, I think I was like maybe, I don't know, how old, 7 or maybe, yeah, around 7. They were bringing me to Empire Strikes Back, watch the movie, and afterwards I think we went to a local, and there was like I think they let me buy a 99-cent in the package Yoda figure. I wish I kept it till now, unopened. That would be worth decent money, but you know, who knew, right? So I don't know, this brings back memories, so I think I'll keep these for a while. I don't know. Pretty cool stuff. Oh, almost forgot to mention, picked this book from the thrift store close by. And it was in the book section. Always check the book section, all right, for weird stuff. This is actually a stamp collection issued by the Canadian Postal Service, I guess. 1995, basically all the stamps that were issued in 1995. Sorry, it was a bit of an afterthought. But here was the envelope that the stamps originally came in, and you had to put it in yourself. But yeah, it's pretty cool. $5. I think there's like, what's it, like $32 of unused, or I should say mint condition postage stamps. So worst comes to worst, if I didn't want this, I could have pulled out the stamps and mailed packages and letters with them, but I would not do that. See, something like this, it's like a whole strip of stamps. So I don't know if this is very collectible, but the postage alone is $32. So I would say, I don't know, something like this should be listed for $50. All right, let's just say worst case scenario, I don't know, the book with the stamps, $40 at least. But I thought that was a pretty neat pickup. So again, definitely check out the book section for things that shouldn't belong there, like stamp collections and comic books, vintage comic books, antique books, collectibles, you know. Yeah, anyways, this is pretty cool. Next, I got a little gold. This ring was at the thrift store in the case. They just brought in some new jewelry. $19.99 as is, obviously. And I'll just give you a close-up. 10 karat gold. It's fully marked. So they knew it was gold. But it's about 4 grams of gold, which I figure roughly it works out to be like between $120, $130 Canadian. And it says here, what's it say here? Something like BC champion or champs 09. So 1909, it's pretty old, over 100 years old. So it was some sort of like sports winner's ring or something like that. Pretty cool. Don't know what sport, but has someone's monogram right on the front. So pretty good for cheap gold, you know, even though it's 10 karat. Talking about gold, did find this for, I think it was like $1.99. And it's basically a gold wafer on, well, basically gold layered on plastic because it's like a card. But on the back it says, C. Sui Luen Jewelry Company Limited. 9999 pure gold card in Chinese right next to it. Didn't find much information about this online. It's quite heavy. I took it out of the plastic, and it's a very thin card, but it weighs, I think, something like 8 grams. So it's probably basically pure gold, highly plated card, or you could say it's gold laid, maybe. The newer versions of these that they sell, they don't use the plastic anymore. Maybe it was just easier in the manufacturing to make this printing, like stamping. Nowadays, it's just like the gold and that's it, but maybe much smaller. So for $2, I don't know, maybe it's $100 of gold, who knows? But yeah, I had to pick it up when I see them. There's some silver. I found these silver spoons in the cutlery bin, 50 cents a piece. And they're fully hallmarked. All right. So it says here, sterling. That's what you want to see. And there's some like British hallmarks next to it. The lion, anchor, and something else. So that's nice. This little ladle's pretty hefty, chunky. And have a look at the marks too. Yeah, these are British hallmarks on this one. Pretty cool. Right, and we have this coin spoon. Gotta love this. From Denmark. They use an actual coin, which is really cool. Especially, you know, I'm Coinpicker. I collect coins, so when my two hobbies collide, you know, I could not resist. So fully hallmarked, very nice. Sterling, Denmark. And here, I think I taught you guys a long time ago, it's engraved. When you look for these, I think it's Danish or Norwegian silver, you look for the 3 towers. When it's the 2 towers, that signifies silver plate. 3 towers means real silver. And I think there's a date mark underneath. Like, I think this says 48, 1940. I'm not sure. It's too tiny. I don't want to pull out my loupe. But yeah, well, I think it's much older. It's probably like, I don't know, late 1800s. And we got this one as well. Again, you try to look for the 3 towers. Not the 2 towers. 2 towers, no good. 3 towers, excellent. All right, what else do we have here? There's a lot of finds to go through. So, oh, I also got this for 50 cents, part of the same lot. Let's see. Oh, yes, Georgian. This is like from, I don't know, this is like over 200 years old. So you see it's marked in the head of the King George III, I believe. The lion. Yeah, this is really nice. Gotta love it. There was some silver plate. I only bought this since it's only 50 cents. But look at this. It's actually a railroad, or I should say, a train collectible. So if you see here, it says, of course it's upside down. Coinpicker, get it together. All right. It says Canadian National Railways. So this is probably in the dining car in 1930s or something. I can imagine it's like, would you like 1 lump of sugar or 2? You know, it's pretty nice design. So this is a collectible I could probably sell or trade down the road. And this is very interesting too. Sort of related. I got this on a different day, but even though this is not silver, not sterling silver, it's just silver plated, I looked at the design and go, ooh, this is really neat. Well, anyways, guess what it is? I'll give you 2 seconds. Did you say what I was thinking? This is a sugar cube holder. So who uses sugar cubes anymore, right? Well, maybe some people, but back in the day, I'm thinking like maybe 1910 or 1920, you know, elegant people would have their sugar cubes and using this like plunk. And there are some markings right here. Pretty cool. Definitely has some collectability. Wish it was sterling though. It says EPBM. What the heck is EPBM? you know, EP, right, electroplated NS, nickel silver, but this stands for electroplated, what's it, blank or blank metal, like white metal. Well, it says, all right, I'll just show you the mark. It's definitely Canadian. Standard Silver Company or something like that. Canada, Toronto, Canada. So I'm figuring, I don't know, this is probably worth what, at least $20, $30, I'm figuring. Maybe the same for this because it's affiliated with the train company, railway, I should say. What else is there? All right. I got a big bag of vintage Lego, and this is for my son, my older son. Big Coinpicker. No, I'm just kidding. I don't give him a nickname anymore. He's too old for that. But anyways, Coinpicker Jr.'s older brother who loves vintage Lego. And there are some little Lego figures in here. I think we bought it because, or I bought it for him because there's some space, or those, you know, like Lego space astronaut figures in there, which are at least worth $10 each. But it was only $14.99. He still has to go through it, but he graciously let me film that. Other thing is, for other family members, I got this for my mom because she loves crystal. So it's like a little bird bath with a bird in it. What's it say? Crystal Delights, Austrian crystal. And it was like $2, maybe $3 at most. Hopefully she'll like that. Got this for myself, 99 cents. It's a piece of amethyst. I guess it's called a point, you know, where the crystal just grows out. Part of a bigger cluster, but this is the only piece they had on the shelf, 99 cents. I thought I'll just keep it as a good luck charm, you know, just a pocket piece. We have a piece of nephrite jade carved into, how fittingly, a beaver. A symbol of Canada, national symbol. So this was, I think, 99 cents. And it's funny because I saw this couple. This came out of like the new stock cart that was rolled out, you know, for them, the workers to put on the shelves. And this lady grabbed it right away and was like talking to her husband. And I was figuring, you know, he's just looking at it and saying, I'm just thinking he was telling her, like, put it back. We don't need that, you know, like more junk. So she put it down and I snapped it up so fast. Well, nicely, you know. I'm figuring maybe $20, $25 Canadian. But for 99 cents, I'll buy that all day long. Jade is really collectible. I mean, it'd be nice if it was jadeite, which is the jewelry type of jade, I guess. But this is like more for the carving type, but still nice, nice color. What else do we have here? I bought this in the good stuff display case they have at the thrift store. So it is a piece of Chinese porcelain. It could be old, could be new, hard to say. Been asking a lot of people, but it is all hand done. So the painting, the calligraphy, probably a reproduction, but either an old reproduction from the 1930s in China during, you know, pre-communist Republican period, possibly. Look at this. This is all like hand painted. All right, I'm gonna just rearrange this so you can see better. But look at the detail. Just crazy, crazy detail. So it's some sort of wise man or talking to some official or, I don't know, soldier back in the Ming Dynasty or something like that. The scale is not very accurate, so it seems a little bit naive, like amateurish, but a lot of work has been put into this. And then we have, it's cool because the way they made it, it looks like a Chinese book, a bound book, and then it's like rolled up. And this is what they call a scholar's brush pot. So back in the day, they used to write like these Chinese characters with calligraphy. So it'd be like a horsehair brush, a very fine one. And look, they even make it look like the pages, like the edges of the pages. Now that is like so crazy. Like really cool effect. But it's talking about some sort of story. I can't read all of it, but according to my father-in-law, who can read Chinese, well, I should start over here because back in the day, they used to read from right to left. Sort of like what the Japanese still do, I think, and from top to bottom. So it's talking about some sort of, maybe it's a parable or some sort of fairy tale or something. Possibly a poem, but I'm thinking it's probably more like a story. So each character is like one word. So pretty cool. And if you look closely, like literally this is all hand done, which is so crazy. Like imagine the person doing it, they cannot make a mistake because they do it, I guess, before firing. And even this line, look at this line. I guess once they get tired, let's say they do 3 rows of characters, and it's like, okay, that's it for today. I'm taking the day off, and then come back to it again like the next day or so. So it could be either from the 1930s, 1920s, 1930s, that kind of era in China, or maybe a little bit more modern, like during the 1980s, made for collectors sort of thing. But if you look on the bottom, there is a chop mark. Chop marks don't really mean anything because they could be faked, but even the chop mark is hand done. Crazy. It's not stamped. It's like an artist's brush that made it in the border and everything. So it says here, Qianlong year made or manufactured. So made in the year of Qianlong, which is 1735 to 1796, which I highly doubt this is. It's just not consistent with, the pottery or porcelain, the way they made it. So they usually say that more newer pieces might have sort of like an honorary mark. I guess it's more popular with the collector back in the day, or they're trying to copy the style of. And then here it says Qianlong, like a inventory mark sticker, and it looks pretty old. But again, even the labels, like if this label is from like 1900, which it sort of looks like, it could be faked, could be dyed in or stained with tea. And let me see. Again, I'll give you a better look at this. All right, that is so cool. And the label, all right, of course it's wrong way. All right, the label says 1099, so that is probably like a inventory number. China, Qianlong, 1736, 1795. See, people sometimes don't count his absolute first year, 1735. I don't know, it's sort of debatable. But here it looks like 1500, like, is it $1.50? 150? I don't know. Who knows? It's an old price. But the thrift store had in their display case for, I believe, $19.99, which is a smoking deal. I could not pull my money out fast enough from my wallet for this. And even as a 1980s reproduction, just for the labor, the quality, I would say no less than $300. If it is a 1930s copy or fantasy piece, could be $2,000, $3,000. If it's actually a Chen Long piece from the 1700s, 10,000, 20,000, easily 30,000, you know. So you know what? I'm happy if it's worth $300, $200 at the very least, because that's a lot more than my $20 is worth. You know what I paid. What else do we have here? I got this guy just the other day for $1.99. I thought that was pretty cool. It's sort of vintage, like 1998. So something I could trade, flip, or whatever, you know, $2. Probably get $15 for, according to my online sources. Also picked up this guy. It's a repro, unfortunately, but it's really a wind-up, and it's true to the original, which is pretty cool. Brand new, I think online they sell them for like in box $35, $40 or even more. So it works, and it has little sparks coming out when you wind it up and let it go with a little switch. I paid like $2.99 for that, and I'd say I could probably resell for $20, maybe $25 Canadian, you know, when I'm tired of it. Got this guy, this washboard, and I believe it's probably like 1950s, maybe a little earlier. It's glass with wood. A little bit of damage here and there, but it looked like it was stored like in the basement for decades. I think I paid like $3.99, or it was really cheap. Probably like no more than $5. And this is definitely a cool item, like a display piece, if you want that sort of like old country look. And I thought, okay, you know, I'll get bored of it, I'll just, you know, flip it. This I had to buy. It's handmade from Africa. I forgot which tribe does this, but it's supposedly based on a hawk or something like that. I don't know, but it's really cool. $5. You know, I cannot say no to a hand-carved mask for $5, and it's huge. So that is probably $100 bill to someone. You know, even $50, I'd be happy. The best thing, I would say almost the best thing. This I got yesterday, and freshly put on the shelf. It is a Medelta advertising jug or pitcher. And there's just a little flea bite right on the end of the spout, but it's not very big. They call it like a jug / mug or something like that. And look at the cool advertising. It says McKilligan Supply. Ask for Ogilvy's Royal Household Flower. Drink Rosedale tea. So apparently this was made in Alberta by the Medelta Pottery Company. And we're in BC, so we're actually in the next province over, or the last province, you know, on the west coast. And yeah, I found this at our local thrift store. And this is the thing, when you see things that catch your eye and you've never seen it before, like I've never seen anything like this, or maybe something similar, like an old pop bottle made from ceramic. But when you see advertising, you know, there's some money, you know, to be had. Old advertising on products sometimes can be very valuable. But anyways, as I was saying, when you see something that you really haven't seen before or rarely see, that means either no one really wants to donate it, or people snap it up right away when they see it. That means it has some value. So from the Medelta company, it's not marked. I paid like $2.99 for it, which, you know, it's a low risk to me. And I found out that it was made between 1927 and 1930 in Canada. And it's highly collectible. There's like a following, a big following. Well, I wouldn't say big. All right. There's a following of collectors that love this stuff. And it is worth about 200, even with that little tiny chip here, between $200 and $250 Canadian. So pretty good ROI on my $2.99, which I was very happy about, very pleased about. But I will probably keep this for a while because I do like rare and unusual items. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Coinpicker out.